There is a major new piece of legislation that's going to affect the care sector, and that's in relation to what are called the Liberty Protection Safeguards, and they were passed in Parliament on the 24th of April this year. It's anticipated that they will come into force in 2020, so we're probably just looking at about a year. So why is it significant for the sector? Well, really the first thing is that it's a complete overhaul of the deprivation of liberty arrangements. So we've had DOLs for about 10 years, and the consensus is really that it's an administrative and bureaucratic nightmare dealing with DOLs. So this new system has been introduced, supposedly to make it more streamlined and less costly. We'll see if that is the case. So one of the fundamental changes is that this legislation will apply beyond care homes and hospitals. It will apply to domiciliary care, supported living and shared life schemes, so much broader in terms of its remit. It's also, I think, significant in terms of the fact that the number of assessments is going to go down from 6 to 3. So in future you'll just be looking at assessments in relation to mental disorder, mental capacity and the necessary and proportionate test. So I think that's important. Then one of the advantages potentially of the new scheme is that you can rely upon past assessments where it's deemed to be reasonable. So you may then be able to sort of have a portable arrangement. Somebody moves from one setting to the next, but you don't have to do the whole thing afresh. You can actually rely upon previous assessments. Another benefit, I think, of the new scheme is that where people's conditions don't change very much or at all over time, then you can renew for a year, and then you can actually then have a 3-year renewal, and that will continue 3 yearly. So that will hopefully sort of lead to less bureaucracy and less expense. One of the big changes that's come about is in relation to care home managers, where they have additional responsibilities under the legislation than they do now. Now there's been a lot of controversy about this particular area, and the government has made various concessions. But where the responsible body, the authorising body, deems it reasonable, then the care home manager can carry out, as it were, the coordinating arrangements. So that would include consulting with the cared for person, but also family members and others, and also coordinating the assessments that I referred to. And then having to prepare, obviously, the actual statement that would go to the responsible body, which in most cases will be the local authority, to sign off the deprivation or not, as the case may be. And care home managers would also have responsibilities around reviews as well of those arrangements over time. One of the big things for me, I think, really, in terms of looking at this legislation is that it's not straightforward. As a lawyer, even I find it difficult to understand in certain respects. I have to think long and hard about it. And I think it's going to be fundamental over the next 12 months that really providers prepare their senior staff, their managers, for these changes, and training is essential. So if you are interested, I'd be more than happy to sort of come and talk to you about providing training to your organisation, so you're best prepared for this major change that will happen perhaps only in 12 months' time.